Today, the student I'm working with was an old school Quake player, and it is so unique to watch him play and implement a lot of skills from that game into Counter Strike 2. Now, through this session, I'm going to teach him a lot of things that he may have never even thought of or ever seen before because of the perspective he has coming from that game. It's really cool and probably the most unique playstyle I've ever seen from somebody. I'm really excited for you guys to watch the session and learn with me because I actually learned a lot of stuff too throughout this entire time we went through and looked at his Mirage. So if you guys want to support me, help me out, hit that subscribe button. I'd appreciate it from every single one of you. Please, let's work towards 10,000 subscribers. It would mean everything. Join my Discord, come chat with me, and have a good time. Let's learn together and keep growing. Check this out.
At right now?
Yeah,
Why am I floating? And
right.
what is the good stuff to know?
Yep. No, that's huge. So exciting, man. So also another question. Are you cute with anyone in this game?
Nobody at all.
Mhm.
There's and admittedly, this is still like a better game for me. I don't know if I was at the top, but I might have been close.
Mhm.
It's still a better game for me, but all of the classic mistakes were there in this game
Good.
for
Okay.
me.
Sweet.
Like all of my classic mistakes are there.
Awesome. One thing, this is going to be a very micro detail that we're actually going to start this out with is when you go to this position and you notice they start flashing, naturally don't shift yourself backwards because as you can see here, multiple flashes are going to come in. So as soon as that first flash comes in, my natural reaction is actually going to be to actually like get as close to this wall as possible. In case I eat another flash, but also like to just reset myself a little bit. Don't back up into further like opening yourself up to those flashes and also like people running out, right?
That makes sense.
Yep. So that's just like a small little thing right there. And you eventually do get to that position anyways. And um kind of hard. Also, I will say though, and this is where it's not your fault necessarily because this guy's just like AFK and spawn, but this is where you've got to read the situation and understand like, look, like I'm solo on B because that guy was AFK, and be really careful just putting yourself in a one and done position like Van. It sucks, but maybe I come here early and jump spot with the intention of like if any util comes over, if I spot anyone, I'm dipping back to site and just trying to battle and keep like taking my fights as I'm falling, right? Just kind of the cards that you were dealt with your teammate being AFK and stuff.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Um yeah, you're essentially on an island here. And like I said, it's not your fault, but like you can definitely recognize that and give yourself a better chance to have better impact there.
Mm-hmm.
This coaching session is brought to you by Skins Monkey. They are the best CS2 trading site out there. Swap out the skins you do not like and upgrade them into higher quality new items. I have personally used Skins Monkey to build my inventory and love how many features the site has. The best thing is that you can gain your own crazy deposit bonus of 35% by using my code KOJOMO. They also have a freebie section where you can get free new skins by completing tasks, and you also get a $5 bonus by clicking my link in the description of the video.
Alrighty, so it's fine. 5-7 by, don't mind that at all. Obviously, in this situation, I'm looking for like super close range fights, like a boost here on balcony, boost up on the site. If I'm gonna go towards cat, I'm trying to go ladder. It's fine. They're reacting out B. This is a really good situation for us. Yeah. I mean, I think like I think here we recognize they're rushing B. Like I don't think you do anything bad. Yeah, I mean, I don't think you do anything bad. I think that one thing that you can get in the habit to is like, I think you're still holding shift as you're fighting this guy, right? As he's jumping out at you. As soon as he sees you and like he's jumping out, taking this fight, bro, like activate yourself. Like no more shift and just like back and forth, or run a different direction or do something. Implement some sort of movement there that, especially when we're fighting SMGs and we have a pistol, we are making it so much harder for them to track us.
That makes sense. My mindset
Mm-hmm.
that's that Quake part of me.
Yeah.
When I see
Mm-hmm.
somebody flying through the air, I'm like, oh, you did the right shit.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. No, that makes sense. Um, all right. Yeah, dude, I do see this. You have such a unique. I don't know if I've ever seen this, and I like. It's not necessarily bad. I think we can develop your playstyle around this. I don't even know how to. It's like the Quake movement. It is like what the heck. Uh, I'd say one thing for you. I love that you got these kills. I love that you got these frags. Um, I think that in the future too, it's really beneficial. We're getting that first kill.
And instead of moving further out this way, as we can see, like we kind of started to expose ourselves to multiple people, right? Your aim was very good, so you got the kills. I think getting those kills and managing your angles by shifting the other way back towards like the cover and making sure that in order to trade, they have to peek you further and further out here would be beneficial in like fights like these. But regardless, like great impact there, really good. I will say too, as like a little micro side note, is like, dude, like in this situation, just pull out that secondary. Pull out that secondary. Get your pistol out. Get your pistol out right here. Don't force yourself to sit there and reload. Get that pistol, and if you're alive by the time you pull it out, just start shooting him with it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But yeah, I mean, overall that was great impact. I do. I'm not a huge fan of the start where we kind of just come here and like float. It obviously worked out because these guys kind of just held W up mid here. I will say one thing that is going to benefit you a lot as far as the strategic side of the game is I love showing aggression. Show so much aggression on that first gun round, because you're going to get into their head that, look, we can't just run out mid, right? If I'm the cap player, because I'm going to be harassing you, I'm going to be doing certain stuff. Or if you're the B player, it's like, you know, prodding through B a little bit earlier, and pushing this guy back. And now for the rest of the game, he's like, dude, this guy's going to be peeking me. He's going to flank through here. And I get that you don't have util, so that's where maybe when you don't have util, you could do that play this round where we fight mid with our own flash, we smoke and do stuff. Also, one little tip I have for you is a play I love to make as the window player, but also the cap player can make this, is if we can develop your movement to jump through window here and then jump into ladder room. Having a 5.7 in ladder room, SMG, anything in there is so broken. I use it in every single Mirage pug I'm playing, even at face level 10. It's unbelievably good.
Yeah, that does sound really good, actually.
Yep. And then here, this is like where I want you to like demand more. I want you to demand more from your teammates. Like if they don't listen, they don't listen. Like totally understandable. But like here, your teammate has 4,100. I get that like this guy needs a drop too, but like this guy should be dropping somebody. So it'd be like, yo, blue, can you drop me? Or blue, can you drop orange? Like again, this isn't you. This isn't necessarily anything you're doing wrong, but this is where you can take over the game and really make sure your teammates are doing the job they're supposed to be doing too. Because at the end of the day, like our teammates' economy is our economy as well. You know, and I'm an opper, so like if I ever see someone has enough money to drop me an op or something, I'm like, hey man, can you get me an op here? And of course, sometimes people in pugs are obviously just gonna not listen at all.
Yeah, right.
Here, just to give you some peace of mind, if you are gonna rotate mid, as we can see, you're worried about like, you know, the lurk. If there's someone top mid, if there's someone underpass, if you're really going to sit out here and clear all this, my advice to you is like run out here, do what you're doing, looking mid, and then be careful of this lurk coming out here. But as soon as you can, just check underpass. Just run and check underpass, and boom, now we're going, right? That way you don't have to sit there and like think like, oh, could he be coming behind me? Like whatever. Like just go there, clear it, and boom, now we're worrying about the A retake. And obviously if we have util, we want to be using util here, but we don't. So every fight we take is just gonna have to be a pure gunfight. Luckily, this guy gives himself up to us, and you're saving. Yeah, get out here. Awesome. Great decision making here. This is brilliant decision making.
Yeah, the that underpass check, that has got me so many times.
Yep.
I do not check. I look at it as I'm going into con. I do not check it. Fully.
Yep. That's like huge advice. Or also, I didn't mention, by the way, this is the safer rotation. If you really are worried about them maybe being out mid or something, you can always just go through ladder room and go through window. Of course, they can see you. But you're behind a little more cover and you can take better fights. And if they're underpass, it's a little trickier to get you than, you know, if you're just running off cat and they're here. But yeah, so like also we learned through our opponents, and you say you get caught off a lot through that underpass flank. That's something I want you to implement in your game, as being a really aggressive, lurky underpass player. Okay, one thing I need you to do, I need you to just get in here and throw this molly. I'm going to show you in the server after. But like, I need you to throw this molly as quick as you can, because they should never be able to just beat it. And because we go there and take the time to line up, I mean, it's still hitting him a little bit, but obviously like CT molly is so weak nowadays, the incendiary. Like essentially you should be doing this and really cutting them off before they even get to this chance.
Yeah, it is late.
Yep. And we can just optimize that. Awesome. There you go. Now you're pulling out your pistol. No. Oh, you're going crazy. Yes. That was good. That was good. I think once we pull out our pistol and start looking on the ground for the AK, it got a little crazy. Just because obviously we can see it in hindsight, right? But like in hindsight, that's like insane, because like these guys, this guy, if he's not dropping off, right? So again, great decision to play your pistol. just rock it then. Rock that pistol and maybe try to battle your way back out of sight instead of going front. Maybe try to cross this way and just like reset yourself a little bit. But I mean, overall, man, that was crazy. You do look like you're playing Quake when you play CS. Like that's actually so cool. I like the coolest playstyle I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's definitely a different mindset for me in Counter Strike.
Yeah, for sure. Sure. Okay, we're flashing mid. Yeah. Okay. I think like I don't know what's going on with comms and stuff like that, but it really did kind of make me nervous how we don't really have a plan this round. And luckily, we were shutting down the B push pretty well, so they're probably not going to lurk out. But also, that's one thing I actually leverage. If we want to talk strategic like value that you can have, dude, if you've shut down the B rush and multi-fragged multiple times, dude, one play I might be making the next round is I'm cautiously prodding through here and starting to like push through early because psychologically these guys are like, dude, this B guy is shutting us down. He's really good. Let's just start hitting A. And that's something like even I'm doing. When I'm on T side, I don't want to keep running into a brick wall. If someone's fragging out, I want to go to the other site. So this is where you can leverage that and actually start pushing through B. Because honestly, that's a really big mistake that players like level 5 to like 9, low 10 make is they're so good at playing their position. They're so good at playing B site, but we never extend B site out into here. We never start that early flank and start pressuring them through TV and underpass and doing all these things. So that's one thing I really want you to actively think about. Awesome. We take those rounds where we don't have to do anything. Also, as far as like gimmicks and tricks, this is something you can do with a random too. If you're ever having someone that's coming B with you, I love playing on this position. I'm an op or window, but sometimes I change it up because like if I don't have an op, I want to find impact and I want to free my teammates up. So I'll say, let me play B this round. And I tell my cat player to boost me right here. And I'm holding apps from this little off angle. It's so good. It's literally like,
Oh yeah, that is solid.
yeah, nobody ever looks there. As you're coming out of apps, nobody's looking. And CSGO, you used to be able to get up here by yourself. So people would actually clear it. But even in like the best face it players in the world, the best pros in the world, no, they don't check it anymore. There's no need to.
Yeah, that's definitely an off angle.
Yep.
That's definitely not a pre-fire spot
No.
either.
Yep. And it can be confusing because a lot of players actually don't think about that position. So my advice to you is if you ever are asking for that, as you're running through, be like, hey, bro, can you come and boost me in the spot I'm going to ping or where I'm going to run to? Because if you try to explain it like boost me on the boxes, they're always going to boost you right here, which this has a time and place too. But obviously when we have a rifle, we don't really want to be up there unless there's certain situations. But yeah, here, like honestly, I would love to see you like throwing in a little more aggression. As far as strategically, you're limiting yourself pretty hard with that. Especially like here, like think about this info. This is where I need you to get really good at playing off the radar. But we know 100% that bomb is down cat here. Like we know 100%. So actually, I mean, I guess if it's down cat in your brain, you might be thinking like, oh, they're B splitting or something. But like they just killed a teammate on A. Or we just killed him. My bad. We killed him on A. We're gonna kill cat. We died somewhere else around the map. I think we died. I don't even know. Whatever. This is where you have to act on this info. Act and do something instead of like kind of like passively holding back and doing everything. Especially when more of these kills come in. Especially when more of this info. Because like you're not making the wrong play. You're not making like a bad play, but you're just going to limit yourself, especially when you're playing against better players, because you're just playing too standard, I guess.
Yeah, that's the hard part is trying to figure out like what that aggression part in apps. That's definitely not one I've been doing, so that's like I have to change. But this part where it's like, okay, I know they're fighting over there, but there might be a guy lurking on
right. Yeah.
B. Like, what's my best spot to go to?
Yeah. So and that's this is actually a good point too. I don't mind that you didn't push through in this situation because your teammates are kind of cleaning up. Like they don't you don't need to do anything extra. I think that there is a time and place, especially in pugs, to just ego and like push through and show these guys like I don't care if you're here, I'm going to do this. But in that moment, do you also know this van angle where you can sit here and crouch and uncrouch and crouch? It's the new way to jump spot.
No, I've never done that
Okay,
before.
sweet. I will show you. It's what every person. I'll show you later. But yeah, so essentially you're getting info early. You're like, okay, no one's really pressuring me. You jump up on this fan, maybe come back, keep jiggling just in case, like, okay, nobody's here. And then cautiously start peeking through apps and jiggling. And once you confirm that, like, wow, there really is no one here, take your risk and keep going through. I usually go underpass. That's the most valuable place. If my teammates are locking down mid, I might actually just walk all the way through TV. But yeah, if you take contact and you're not comfortable with the fight, as long as you're not in like a transition zone and it's like in one of these angles, cool. Okay, like we just fall back now. We got info. We stayed alive. Maybe we took like 40 damage or something, but like that info that the guy is lurking B is massive now.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I'm gonna show you a better way to nade now. That nade was good when like the meta was first developing on Mirage. I'm gonna show you an even cooler, better way to do this that all the top oppers are doing right now. Yeah. Also here, like here's a little tip for you too. Like you take that shot, you're feeling pressured, you don't want to fight here anymore. I love that you're getting active. This is great. I honestly might be just throwing a flash out the window somewhere just to keep these guys like in their head to think that I'm still here. So as I'm rotating out, I'm going backwards, throwing that flash and doing exactly what you're doing and rotating to where you think they're gonna go. Just a small little thing of like, hey guys, he's still in window, he's flashing, like Opper still here. Yeah, and here don't feel that pressure. Don't feel that pressure. Your teammate dies, that sucks. You gotta make a decision here. He dies, you're like, oh shoot, right? Either come back here and post on one of these angles, this, or if you are gonna be here, you just gotta sit out here and post. Maybe you throw a lurk smoke if you want to get crazy or something. And I say that too because you kind of like you wanted to go and then you didn't. And actually, like if they were looking over here, which a lot of people are just gonna be clearing this, they would have 100% seen the tip of your op barrel, just because of how long the gun is.
Yeah, it makes sense.
But we end up getting a good timing. We catch him, 20 health. So yeah, here that's a great opportunity, by the way, to like use your smoke or flash again, just to pressure that guy, just to pressure him and like make him have to worry about you when you're not even playing for him. Nice, dude. That's great reactions. That is like 17-year-old reactions. Yeah. Yeah, you got it, man. Nice. But yeah, it's actually really cool. I can see your background, even though it's obviously not in CS. Like I can see your background from Quake, just with the way you play. A lot of like your mechanics and stuff are very solid. Even if like we can obviously develop them even more and more and more. Like I can tell you have a background in some game. Oh, okay. Yeah, we're gonna get you on this fan angle so much. It's gonna help your B hold so much more. Yeah, even this specific spot. Okay, good. Way to be active there. You crouch, you spot. But okay, we go back to the same spot. Yeah, I mean, good fights. You're exposing. I guess we don't. I mean, you don't know if he's there. Get it out of the habit though of like picking up guns and looking over here when. Or maybe I'm tripping. Maybe you know. If you know he's here, like throw out every advice I'm giving you. Yeah, I think we knew last one's there. So throw out all the advice. But do going back to the other round though, definitely get out of the habit of like picking up stuff here. Just get out.
I had no idea. I was like,
okay.
Looking for the gun and like I wanted the AK and I didn't know if someone was coming.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, dude. No, like we don't need the AK. You know what I mean? Like we don't need it. We love it. Like we would love to have that gun, but that is not worth the risk of exposing ourselves to the entire apps and everything. You know, and like I said, obviously, like we kind of knew info, or we should at this point because he has a kill. Our teammate just died. But yeah. And also here, you're doing way too much. I don't mind it in a pug because, like I said, like you gotta ego people in pugs sometimes. But you're doing way too much here because you're essentially just giving up a 1v1 fight and a 3v1. You guys are in a 3v1. You're on 42 health, and you're just trying to give this guy a 1v1 fight where he can pick you off. And now you've got to watch these two guys who are also separated. They're completely separated from each other. Do the same thing. So
that's one of the bad habits.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and like, dude, like I'm gonna tell you that advice and I'm gonna give you that, but like I completely understand, dude. There's pugs in games where I'm like, I know it's a bad play, I know it's, but I just want to try to find him. I just want to get the kill, right? But just understand when you do that kind of play, you are totally opening yourself up to getting clutched so much more. So it's not a good habit if you actually want to consistently improve and get better. Because also, like, forget it. Like, forget the clutch and him winning it. Say you do come out here and you search for him and he kills you. Well, now, again, the psychological part of the game, you're giving him that extra, like, confidence. Okay, like, I'm getting the kills. I'm doing my thing, right? you're also giving him obviously that slight economic bonus, but also for you, you're ruining your own economy because now you're dying and losing your eco. Um, so for many reasons, like it's way better just to consolidate on site and play together in that 3v1 situation because you can actually effectively trade off of each other. You make it really hard for him. Yeah, you just didn't pull down there. Didn't pull down.
The far range, that kind of distance for sprays for me is
Mm-hmm.
really tough. I don't know why, but I can't seem to get that
Yeah,
really
well,
well.
yeah. Well, okay, so you also you messed yourself up because you did like okay on the initial peak, but then you kept moving like I think you mentioned earlier. So while you were moving, that completely ruined your accuracy on like 2 or 3 of those bullets there. Um, what you'll see at the highest level of CS2, the meta right now, is when people are like peeking out in this angle, they recognize that there's an enemy on their screen. So like peek out, oh, there's an enemy on my screen. They're naturally hitting their crouch button and then crouching back towards the direction they came so that they're going behind cover. So the point of the crouch is to completely cancel that momentum, and then the purpose of pressing the key to the opposite side that you're peaking is to again cancel that momentum so that your movement speed is really like almost zero. It's practically zero, and you'll be accurate. And then you commit to the spray, and the beautiful thing about it is you're naturally hitting crouch too, so your crosshair is moving down as well, which goes hand in hand with the first 10 bolts of the spray pattern.
I see. Yeah, that definitely has like a coalescing effect there.
Yep. So like yeah, for like multiple reasons, it's why it's the meta right now. And I mean, in CS:GO, we were always taught like stop crouching when spraying, stop doing this. But like in CS2, it's funny. It's the complete opposite. Everyone wants to crouch and move. Make sure you're just not the guy that hits crouch and just stays in one spot. Those directional keys are everything because if you just crouch in one spot, you're just making yourself the easiest target in the world. But yeah, I really want you to get out of this habit. I want you to get out of the habit of like feeling the need to just go run and kind of expose yourself to everything. Not that this was the worst. Like this wasn't the worst, honestly. But yeah, like it's just something I'm noticing across the board is that kind of bad habit. And so one way you can fix this too is instead of pressing E on the guns mount on the ground, if you want a gun and it's like in one of these kind of like dangerous zones where maybe they could be here doing something, keep your crosshair on the angle you're trying to hold and just press well for me it's G. Just press your drop button. And pick up the AK as you're running it over. We recognize it's on the ground, go to the spot it's in, press G, and we're still looking at that angle the entire time. Don't feel like you have to look down every time you need to pick something up. Yeah, and again, you're kind of, I mean, you're with your teammate here, so it's not the worst, but definitely make sure we're not doing too much in these clutches. So less is better in man advantage situations. And then more is better when we're like down a man because like we have to actually think of a solution. So like that brings me into like strategically as you as a B player, if your teammates find themselves in like a 4 or you find yourself in like a 4v5, we die in the middle or A or something, that is when like I really am thinking maybe it's my time to push because we need a solution. We either need to cut the map off to get info to stack A with 3 guys. The mid player can kind of rotate in and everyone can kind of look con and all the choke points. Or obviously we can search through here and get a kill, which will bring it back to a 4v4. Or even better if we can multi-frag by getting behind them.
Yeah, those scenarios are definitely the ones where I'm like, I'm not exactly sure how to get this kill, and I'm thinking I just need to get a kill somewhere now.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that makes sense. Here you're stressing yourself out artificially. There's no pressure here, but because you're floating back and forth between rotation points, or not rotation points, but different points on the site, you are artificially stressing yourself out. And you're going to spots that could be good, but then you're instantly changing them. And yep, then we rotate with our back towards the danger area. And I think we did that because we saw bomb. But again, like if we don't know where the last guy is, 100%, like obvious. In like hindsight, it's pretty obvious to see, but in the moment it can be hard. But we're just in complete danger. That's why I want you to get good enough to the point where like you're rotating out of B man, and you know you're gonna bump into things at the beginning and stuff, but just using the map and just using your radar and using your mechanics and just spatial awareness, spatial awareness that you build in this game, that you'll be able to just jump without backwards without even having to turn. Again, so the whole time you are looking at the danger area. Okay. Little gimmick I'm gonna teach you too is if your teammates ever planning default, I love doing this in pugs just because it surprises the people coming out market. Sometimes I'll just jump on their head and get on top of this box as they're planning and just hold market from here. So when they come out, they're like getting shot and they're like, oh shoot, he's up there. Just a cool little gimmick you can implement if you
That happened to me today.
really. Oh
They did
wow.
it to me today on T side, and I was
Wow,
like,
yeah.
oh, okay.
Wow. Oh, also, like we were talking about that boost, like, and also, man, I told you not necessarily to do it with an M4, but like, man, like, if you're gonna be playing solo B and you're like, dude, I just want to AFK on site, maybe you're having kind of a rough game or something. Maybe you tell them like, guys, let me solo B, go hold cat and mid, fight aggressively, and you just sit here, with your A4 or A1S, just make sure your barrel's not sticking out, and you just sit here and wait because they're obviously gonna have to make noise if they drop out of here, no matter where they go, and nobody ever expects a rifler to be up here. So I don't want you to like fall into that all the time, but that could be a cool gimmick you run. Hey, you're jiggling. I like that. Okay. Oh. Okay, yeah. So you have to reload here, right? That's fine. You have to reload, but don't make yourself like. And you didn't. To your credit, you kept moving, which is great. Well, one thing like you'll see like pros doing is like they recognize, oh shoot, I have to reload here. This guy's gonna shoot me. Whip your crosshair around and start jumping around backwards as you're getting out of that danger. He can still kill you. He might do it, but with on pistol round, it is so hard to hit that headshot. Well, I mean on any round, but like when we have rifles, it doesn't really matter. It's so hard to hit that headshot when they are with their back turned towards you and jumping all about. It's so good.
So like turn your back and like do like a circle like air
Yep.
movement type
Oh,
of effect. Okay.
I'm shooting, ran out of bullets, turn around and start jumping towards until you get back into cover. In this situation, obviously it'd be over here. Say you're like fighting him here, that happens. Obviously we're jumping and we're trying to get out of here this way. But yeah, don't show him your face because it's just making that kill so much easier for him. Yeah. All right, T side. So we ended up losing that and we forced. I like that. I like the aggression with that. Contact play is not bad either because obviously we have limited utility. And here the whole time as I'm like, actually wait, let me see where you started walking by the way before I get into my point. Yeah, there you are. Let's see exactly where you start walking here. Yeah, no, that's good. Yeah, that's good. Anyways, the whole time I'm walking there, one, obviously I am trying to kind of focus on like my crosshair here, but as that's happening, I'm trying to listen. Do I hear someone stairs? Is there someone on site shooting? Do I, like, and I'm just collecting this info so that when it comes to my turn to peek, I already know kind of like where I am really trying to focus on. So right here, I might hear that guy stairs or my teammates might comment, who knows? And yeah, like I'm hardcore fighting that. But here, look, bro, think about this. You're going and peeking this, right? Super unlucky. You just get like destroyed by this MP9. Also, we're kind of peeking a little. We need to peek more aggressively with that. Peek aggressive. But regardless, we're peeking. We take this fight. We get dinked. Stop fighting here. Your job is not to get killed now because we are in a 5v4. We got the entry on the site. You staying alive and just pressuring them and them knowing that somebody is in palace is so much more valuable than you on 10 HP here still dueling and try to killing this guy. So much more valuable because the second they do get a kill on you and they take this fight, the pressure's relieved from that, and now they just really only have to worry about a ramp. And you didn't even get punished right away there. Definitely coulda.
Yeah, that's a tough one. I definitely think that's gonna be, and I think I've picked up that's like a trend here with this like type of fighting style. That's definitely that Quake mindset of, yeah, you hit me, but like I'm still gonna kill you.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, and that's not the case here. This feels
Nah,
like
yeah.
more like paintball, like anyone can kill you.
Right, yeah, exactly. Like, dude, I mean, here is what I do. Like if I am like really trying to just do too much and I do in pugs, is like they dink me down, we're shooting. I see my teammates are still finding success entering on a site. Like, okay, it didn't really work out in this way, but say we get the entry, we get another kill, it's a 5v3. I might actually, instead of just staying in palace, instantly knife out and run back around either to ramp or even just start like an early slow flank, and they're not gonna expect somebody like out here. But like what I'm rarely doing is just continuing to fight the same people that know I'm low. They know they dinked you. So they're going to sit there and feel really confident taking that fight on you. And obviously, like a strong gust of wind could kill you at that point.
Yeah, I've never thought about it that way.
Yep.
And when the team's there, I'm always thinking like, let me keep going.
Yeah. And that's very selfless. Like that is a very selfless like mindset to have. But yeah, sometimes you gotta just like, you know, you gotta just tuck even when you're on low HP. And then the thing that's beautiful about it is like, again, it didn't work out here, but say you do tuck and it gets down to like a 3v3 situation or something, like bombs down, bombs planted, all this stuff, and you do make that adjustment back to ramp, and there's like 2 of you here, you could then be the guy that peeks out first for your teammate, instantly dies probably because you're on 1 HP, and then he swings out and gets that guaranteed kill. And then you are being selfless still, but just in a more productive way.
Oh, sure. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense too.
And same thing on CT side, by the way. If I get dinked like jump spotting B or I'm here and like they let me get out, maybe I smoke them off or something, I might tell my teammate, hey, like boost me into one of these power positions or boost me here because I need to do something now to like not just take a standard fight. No taking standard fights when we're on low HP unless we have to. Also, I'm not a huge fan of your Eagle head armor buy just because like it's $1,700 that I think you need to float a little more money. Again, it's a pug, be aggressive, do your thing, but like I think that is hurting you in this situation and your teammate is fighting way too aggressive there. It sucks. Oh my, that's so sad that this is happening.
So sad this is happening might be a motif for this demo.
Yeah. Facts. Okay, nice. Now slip around. Oh no. I get it. I totally get it. Like I totally get it. You have 2 bullets, so you're like, I like need to reload and do this. It's not the worst thing, but the one thing you have here as more time goes on is there is all these pillars, all this stuff. The timing is opening up. If he's picking this side, he doesn't know if you're slipping around this side, right? So it just like it tells him you're exactly reinforces. It reinforces the idea that you are right here still as soon as you reload. And then your sneaky plays don't really matter as much. So I don't mind you reloading because you have 2 bullets, but I just think like it could be even better. And you could just like trust yourself. You know, 2 bullets, like shoot, not the best, but like, you know, we'll make it happen and aim for the head. But yeah, exactly what you're doing now, but just doing it earlier. Oh my, yes, I love to see this. Yes. See, you don't even need it. 1 bullet. That's all you need.
You're right. I didn't have to reload.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about that either.
Yeah, because you're just telling him like, hey, like I'm right there. So if I'm the rifler and as soon as I hear that reload go in, dude, I am like actively pushing now. I'm like, oh heck yeah, I know this guy is still pinned here. And oh no. What are you doing? What are you doing?
I figured.
Oh, okay. I thought we were gonna survive the round. Let me see. I'm just like gonna nitpick here, bro. You have 100 health. I actually think if you sprinted here, you could survive here with like 10 to 20 health.
No way.
Yeah, I think you would have been good. Honestly, you have 100 health. As long as you get on your horse right away and do it, you would have been fine.
I didn't realize. I figured I was dead no matter what.
Yeah, I mean, hey, whatever, man. Like that was really good. That was crazy. But yeah, dude, and dude, that makes me so happy to see you play that mind game with him around site like that. I do that all the time. It's the best way to do that.
I think I go for it like a second time in this match, but it doesn't pan out.
Gotcha. Okay, we'll see. We'll break it down. Okay. Oh, no. Don't reload here. Don't reload. You have 14 bullets. You're more than capable of using 14 bullets. If you're going to reload, again, it's very basic, but do it behind cover. Do it behind cover. Just if you're going to reload, be back here. But yeah, like I said, you have more than enough. You get 2 kills there. That doesn't mean there can't be a third guy, especially on pistol rounds where, you know, maybe someone's underpass, someone's swinging cat on you. So just be really aware of that. And then look at this, bro. Why did I tell you to play ladder room when you aren't pissed around with 5.7 or MP9? Do you see how you just literally ran past here without? Dude, like I find literally the most value with my pistols on this map in ladder room. It's so crazy. Yeah, it works at all levels. Hey, you're low HP here. So honestly, my job's done in the round. Like I did my thing. There's a scout like trying to fight all these different angles and stuff. I'm just chilling here. I'm literally just chilling. Unless I do want to just ego them and like fight. And again, that molly is just sad because like you are helping your team, but like why waste $400 that
we're just gonna have to rebuy that molly in the next round, right? It's a scout and market. He's already pinned. Like, it's a 5v2. So if you want to get into the fine details of the game, it's just a waste, honestly.
I see.
It's something I actually like really had to work on with my actual teammates, because like that's not just like a face level 5 strat. That's like something pro teams struggle with sometimes, is the overkill with utility and like hurting their economy because of that. On CT side, it's even more important because like your guns cost more, some of your utility costs more, and it can really suck. Yeah, just remember the angles we're peeking there. Just remember the map. We gotta look down instead of keeping our crosshair up. And you eventually get there, but it's good to remember. Hey, yeah, this is where we gotta play off the radar. We really gotta play off the radar. And we're glancing at this. One, your spacing is really bad here. Like, dude, at this point, your teammate is going up cat. Your teammate's going like literally running out B somewhere. Where is he? He's like, yeah, he's sprinting out here. You don't need to be shifting around back here anymore. Literally go clear underpass. Okay, no one's there, and go help them. Go run up with them. And I mostly say that because this guy is already going onto site. You don't need to hold flank. You don't do anything. You just need to go. Even here, like you should just be running because your guy's on site.
Yeah, you're right. That is really bad of me to be so far behind.
It's okay. And
oh,
then,
this is it. This is the second attempt at some mind games. It doesn't pan out.
Gotcha. Well, one thing I'm noticing too is like you're putting yourself early in this middle of the site angle, which it can be good for cat, but when we don't know where someone is, obviously we can see in hindsight here. You gotta be careful because like they might spot you from market, or if they come out here, they're definitely gonna see you. I don't know if that was the case. Oh, okay, you slipped through. That's great. And they're kind of just suspicious of the smoke. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I like that decision making though. You hear this guy reload, so you run at him. Again, it is kind of risky. I don't know if you heard the guy on site, but you know, you gotta take risks sometimes. Yep. And then he sees you this time, and you both are shifting. So, yeah. I mean, dude, okay. Like, if you want to go like next level, one thing I'm thinking, and this is like something I do across the board on different situations, is think about it. You actually did hear this guy, by the way, and I know in the game you heard him too. You were pretty aware of it. You get that kill, take this guy's space for a second, and I know bomb's planted here. I know that he can defuse the bomb. But take his space and now use this pillar to kind of isolate and make him have to run at you if he wants to kill you. And then if he defuses the bomb, like he starts to defuse it, chuck an HE off this wall, and after you pull your gun out, just hound him down to see if he's on it. So taking space of the guys you're killing, or instead of putting yourself right again in the same exact spot where you showed up on the radar, right in the smoke like this, take that risk and keep fighting on this side. Again, we're just opening ourselves up and we're changing our angles and we're playing new positions. Because he actually completely sees you the whole time here. He saw your elbow like 5 times, and he was able to visualize that.
Yeah, that's going to be one of the tougher habits to break. You're probably just going to have to keep working at it, thinking about like this, you know, I don't need to be in your face and fighting you.
Yeah. Exactly. Also, I'm not a huge fan of this flash, and it actually ended up getting him, so it's funny to say that when it worked on this guy. Oh wait, I'm not even looking at the right round. My bad.
I think they wanted to rush A.
Right.
And I think I was like the one for some reason to go out first. I was like, oh well, I guess I'll do this.
Yeah, I gotcha. Yeah, see, I'm trolling. Yeah. This next round. Yeah, here we go. You're the first spawn. Yeah, I think, well, okay, like I know for a fact, but I get that it's hard in pugs for this to happen. You're actually, that exact flash you threw, that's actually a smoke lineup where you bounce off the wall and it puts out any molly that lands here. I would like to see you start developing that. And then all the flashes honestly should just be coming over top. So you can either throw one super early for yourself, or just hope that your teammates throw good flashes and make sure they know, like, guys, you have to flash for me. Like, whatever, because like it's not horrible, but the thing is, anytime a flash is landing on the ground, it really just is not effective to so many different angles. Like if someone's default, they're not eating it, versus when they're eating a flash up there. If someone's triple, they're not eating it. Unless the flash is up there, they're eating it, right? And like, you know, especially if they get to like a position like close like this, it's just doing nothing. so in general, like I'm trying to not flash on the ground as much as I can. But yeah, the smoke lineup actually went sick there too. And yeah, I want to see from his perspective real quick. Sorry, because he actually ends up completely eating it. Okay, yeah, so we're eating flashes above too. Yeah. I mean, it just sucks because like you're entering, but then there's also nobody behind you, really,
Right.
which is the reality of entering in pugs. You like the deagle?
Not always, but on T side I'll do it more often just because the money's there, I guess.
Oh yeah. Oh, what the heck? Nice shot, man. Oh, it's a really dangerous. I mean, honestly, you should be dead, but your really good aim bailed you out. Because you're crossing through the danger zone a little too liberally. I can't say that word. Liberally. There we go. You're just crossing through it way too relaxed. This area right here on the map. Oh my god, can't talk. This area on the map is really dangerous to be in because players are gonna flash peek and then peek from window, double swing off cat, swing out con. So anytime I'm in this area, I am being really cautious with how I'm fighting different things. You know, jumping around, and I'm really trying to get to safe places like this. Safe places kind of under window, and these aren't really safe, but they're better footholds because we have no way to like react if they flash us or anything,
Yeah.
which is you're gonna get eaten alive as you keep climbing with those type of mid-round flash plays and early flash plays, of course. Dude, what the heck, bro? You're crazy. You hit him with like the Michael Jackson moonwalk shot backwards, like psh. Yeah, and then in these situations, you know, crazy work, awesome work. In these situations, like resetting and finding a new place, like, you know, maybe you still want to go mid because there's guns down on cat and window, but resetting the situation, either going all the way back through here and going through underpass or going through B, running back to A, always helps you in a 1v3 because again, look at how you were playing. Last guy, like, you know, we didn't know where he was, and you're the B player and you start pushing through cat. The A player was like alone over here. There was another guy, like, you know what I mean, like there's always somebody like not doing kind of what they're supposed to and just holding bomb or sitting where they need to be, and you can really find value and pick those players off, pick them off. And even if you don't win the round, at least you did that economic damage to them that really hurt them.
Right. Okay.
Okay, we're doing a B pop. Cool.
Oh yeah, this one I was like, okay, we're not really moving. I want to flash for you guys,
Yeah,
but we're not going anywhere.
gotcha. Yeah, eventually they go out, so we come out with them. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's like the smallest thing, but this will get you killed. It's like if you're going to site and going to site to do it, like get there. Don't. I mean, it's just gonna come with time, but like, don't jump and then fall here, and then go to site. Smallest little thing, but like those little like miscalculations will end up like really being exploited against players that can aim like you. Honestly, your aim is extremely good. Here, I'm thinking I have a flash. So whatever fights I'm taking, whatever situation comes up, like I'm thinking about how I can use my flash as a problem solver. Oh, a little aggressive here. Yeah. Okay, sweet. We get the kill. Awesome. You would benefit so much from crouching, but like I actually think for all your spray fights and like long range, the just implementing that crouch and moving with that crouch would help you out so much. Because like a lot of these look like way more awkward than they need to be. Like you have this guy pinned, he's in a corner, he's feeling pressured. You know, just sit there and commit to the spray, crouch, and do that. Are you doing any like spray training, by the way, for your warm up or practice?
Yeah, I have like a pretty decent regimen, but I mentioned it before. At that distance, I don't trust
Yeah.
my spray, so I
Mhm.
just that's why I'm not crouching either. I'm like, I don't know if I believe I'm gonna hit them. It's
Yeah, and I mean, then we go into the mental thing of like you tell yourself and you believe that you're not going to be able to do that, and so like you won't, like, you know what I mean, like you won't because you don't trust yourself, you don't trust the spray. Um, but again, I do think you're making it harder because we're not crouching, and crouching also makes the spray pattern a lot smaller. Crouching makes the spray pattern way easier to manage.
I didn't even realize that.
Yep.
I thought it was the same.
No, it's like slightly smaller, which can mean everything. It can mean everything in those long range fights. And I don't want you to commit to everything. Like I don't want you to be the dude that like feels the need to freaking peek out and to CT spawn here and have to spray 30 bullets on somebody. But yeah, developing that and continuing to like actively work on your long range sprays would go so far for you. Okay, we kind of get stuck here. And this is where it always pays off the reset, but obviously it's a pug. We're not going to have the best strategic like teamwork, I guess, with this. So we're kind of just going back into here. But yeah, if you're ever with a queue or something, or players that do actively like communicate and you can do stuff, resetting into a different part of the map is always huge. And then also, I want to point something out to you. Look at how you guys are playing. And this is how a lot of people are playing pugs. 4 guys towards A, 1 guy pressuring mid, which is actually better than you'll see in a lot of pugs. And then we can see this entire gap on this side of the map. And now you're not always going to know that this is happening. But if you play B enough rounds as a CT and like there's nothing going on towards your side early in the round, you can take that risk and assume like, guys, they're probably going A here, or they're probably 5-man running out mid, because that will happen in a good amount of your pugs, that people will play like that. And again, it's just pattern recognition. And you know, on the other flip side of that is like, maybe you're playing a guy that is always in B apps. Well, then it's like, okay, like look, like he's gonna be there. Maybe I can't push through by myself because he's ready for that. And if I'm gonna push, maybe I pull my cat guy in and we peek it together. Okay, awesome. We get those kills. It's jumping stairs. We molly deep jungle off. What are we doing here? We know at least one's cat. We might know both, but I think we just know one. I'll give you the benefit there.
We definitely only know one.
Gotcha.
The last guy gets me here.
Gotcha. Okay. Yep. So we're still worried about CT. Get yourself into a power spot here, and it's kind of hard because your teammate's also putting himself. Well, I mean, he puts himself in a bad spot first. I just don't like how open this is because, dude, if I mean one person swings or they reset and both people swing, you guys, like if you lose your fight, this guy's dead too, right? So that's not necessarily all on you. I would love for you to get Firebox here, but I get you're trying to cover him and you want to be a team player here.
That's definitely my mindset. It's like, okay, you got kind of a open spot. And
yeah.
you know where he is.
Oh, nice. And you even get the first kill. Okay. And you're not always going to be able to know this, but dude, this is where the alarm bell should be going off in your head. I kill his teammate. The round's been like the bomb has been ticking down for a good amount of time here. Nobody's picking CT. Nobody's trading this guy. Like, you're not always going to know he's flanking, but you should be thinking like something's up here. Something's up. Like, and at that point, honestly, just tuck in here, or like, you know, not nervously, but like, you know, check flank. Checks like, is he ramp? Is he going to be palace? Short story though, just get out of the open. Get out of the open when you know, when situation starts to really like there's nothing going on for that long.
Sure.
There's something fishy happening.
I think this is the moment where things really start to go downhill though, and this guy gets tilted on our team because this other dude's just playing lurk the whole time, and it's just like, it's a total disaster.
Oh, yep.
Oh, and this is bad here. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
This one's really bad.
Sorry, he said, don't say sorry, bro.
Sorry you have to be
Nah.
to that.
Yeah, I mean, again, I think that just comes down to the spray control. And also, like, again, I'm going to keep reiterating it. Like, the fact that you're not, like, that this is a close range fight and you're still not crouching for that. You still feel the need to, like, do the Quake thing where you're running around and, like, strafing. And which I honestly, like, to your credit, I think that, like, really does help you with being hard to track. But I think it's really hurting you in these spray battles because you're losing a lot of accuracy on some of your bullets. Okay, Glock round, whatever. Just be sneaky, be lurky, or play as a pack and do something crazy. It doesn't really matter. I'm just gonna fast forward through this. One thing I'm looking for in like those Glock rounds or P250 rounds or something, again, is how can I not take a standard fight? How can I somehow take a fight, either as an individual or as a team, that is going to balance out the fact that I have a pistol and they have an actual like rifle? Also, what's the point of throwing that stair smoke just off rip? Like, what's the purpose behind that?
I think autopilot has started to turn on here for a sec because of the amount of arguing.
Gotcha.
On.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think any of us are really doing anything useful here for like the next few rounds.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, because like I see not the stair smoke a lot, but I see a lot of players just come here and throw it off the rip, and it's just pointless because like you see, like they're just gonna react to you, or like you're throwing it and you're not even trying to go out with it, so it's just like, okay, well, we just wasted our most valuable piece of util in the round. Like, And you know, it doesn't really even pressure them.
Yeah, I really do think we're trying to collect ourselves here. This guy, so that smoke that he threw on Cat was like, I really needed him to smoke con, and I was calling
Yeah,
it, and I was
gotcha.
calling for it, and yeah, it's just disaster.
Well, yeah, and like that's totally true, and that's totally valid. That's where I need you to problem solve. So you're like, I need you to smoke this. I need you to smoke it, bro. Oh, like you're throwing that. Like, dude, if you really are worried about that, either flash over con as you're about to run in and peek it, or throw a flash in con. And I know I said not to throw at the ground, but you kind of have to here. Regardless, one or the other, and then use your utility to problem solve what your teammates are failing to do for you.
Yeah, I think that's the hard part is you're focused on the fact
Yeah,
that
yeah.
you didn't do it. Yeah.
Right. Yep. So that's one thing, and I think you're very like mature enough to have this mindset. And I think you'd be really good at this. Is for my team, we had a mentality of somebody messed up, I'm gonna fix it. Like if your teammate messes up, it's your job to fix it, and we'll talk about it after. We'll talk about it later. Like obviously in a team environment, you have the luxury of like resetting after the game and coming back to it. In a pug, these are random players. Um, but yeah, if someone messes up, I'm doing everything I can to fix it so it's not a problem anymore. And here, yeah, you just totally lost track of like where you were on the map. You're just exposing yourself to everything. And I think for you as a weak point, by the way, that is like 2 rounds now. We've just completely forgotten about ladder. So for you as a focus, I really want you to make sure you are like actively remembering that people can abuse this position and be in here both aggressively and passively. Sometimes I'll play ladder and I'll sit up here and I'll just wait for everyone to run by. And then I'm telling my B player, dude, please don't be exposed to cat. Don't be exposed to cat. He dies and then he starts screaming at me. Always happens in pugs, but you know, communicate that and then just walk behind them and multi-frag. You have like 3 guys on your screen that have no clue you're behind them.
Yeah, makes sense.
I bring up the pug thing because like I'll say that so many times in pugs, and when you tell people in pugs not to do something, for some reason like we just want to do it when our teammates tells us not to. And then they start screaming at me, and so I just mute them and play the game. Yeah. Yeah. I think that just again just goes back to like the same thing we've been seeing with like the gunfights we're taking. Well, we're back on CT side here. We have some hope. We have some life in us. A little side note is like I might be buying like a P250 or 5.7 here just because this could be the last round. I get that like we could win the round with 1 guy alive every time, but we essentially have to win every round in OT. So I might as well just buy everything I can, including what we call filling nades. And you should have been doing this when your economy was good on first half too. You're buying an extra flash, dropping it on the ground, and just buying another one. You're essentially just dropping util that you can use as a rotate.
Sure.
I always like remind my teammates like fill nades, guys, fill nades. Yeah. Yep. And okay, objectively, and this is where you've just got to look at it like objectively. Love that you got 2 kills here, but again, we're exposing ourselves to everything, and I get that like this is great utility. They maul you out. I think like if you're falling back to this side, you are opening yourself up to so many. Of course, this guy's a maniac and jumps out, but honestly, you're opening yourself up to people pressuring you in this window spot, which I've died to so many times, and then obviously anyone running out back. So that's why usually if I'm here, I'm either using my smoke to put this out instantly. As soon as I see that molly come in, put that out so at least I can survive and play around here a bit. Or if I don't have that, I'm running under windows. And I'm still probably screwed, right? Like it's not a fun place to be in, but at least I'm not opening myself up to every little place in apps. As far as like little positioning stuff there.
Man, I don't think I've even never really considered wasting the smoke.
Yeah,
I never
yeah.
even thought about it. I've always been like, I'm using this as a wall.
Yeah, yeah, dude. Then that's huge. Like if you've never done that, that is so huge, man. And honestly, I'll get it into the server and show you what you should be doing as a B protocol. But like, dude, across the board, anywhere, man. As a CT, that is a huge thing you can do. You're playing triple, they're coming out, and they you know, you have to reload or something. They molly you, dump that smoke on the molly so you can at least stay here for a little bit longer. Use your flash then while you're in the smoke to just get out then or something. 100% you should be using that smoke on the molly, you know, maybe once a game as an anchor. On Inferno, this is the biggest example. On Inferno, if you're ever the pit player and you want to play in pit, they molly you out in pit, cool, just drop that smoke on the molly. And also get into the habit of using your smokes defensively as walls as well, like just on site. Not even to put out mollies, but just like dropping them in the middle of B side or dropping them here, and I'll show you exactly what I want you to do with that. But yeah, dude, that's a huge part of the game you're missing out on if you're not doing that. Yeah, and here especially, get that extra pistol and fill nades, since it obviously is the last round no matter what now.
Yeah, right.
Okay. Yeah, and also like it's just one thing you're doing is you're falling into a pattern, and now like honestly the other team can really know kind of how you're playing. This is a decent like change up. You're still making me nervous with how you're like not holding an angle. You're not, now you are. I like this. So this is good. I need you to just like believe in yourself, and even if it's not like the greatest place to play, don't feel the need to just like change the same angle 3 times. Just be like, I'm playing here. And it's also like developing like and understanding what you like to do. What angles do you want to hold? Where do you want to play? Through trial and error. Or just believe. Whatever you're doing, believe in it 100%. Yeah, get stairs. Yeah. Oh, okay. Fine. Yeah, unlucky. I like that you tried to adjust your position though. That was good, like thinking on the fly.